On May 9th, 2024, a 25-year-old man sang a cover of a 90s song, The Promise, and became a hit overnight in China. His name is Guo Yucai, a barbecue stall owner in Hezhi, Shandong province. He deliberately chose the 80s style for his clothes and hairstyle and sang the old song every day at an old train station. Oddly and strangely, he became famous. For 10 consecutive days, he was ranked #1 on China's social media hot list with 1.13 million viewers at peak and more than 100 million likes. In just 10 days on the Douyin platform, he gained 10 million followers. As his fan following skyrocketed, he received more and more reward money, and his highest income was about 530,000 a day. He has even turned the city into a tourist hotspot, with 400,000 people visiting every day. Certainly, there is a reason for his popularity. Behind the song he sang is the pain of countless people of his age, as well as the longing and desire to get rich overnight. His voice is mediocre, but the emotion is moving, coupled with his body gestures of sadness and despair. His voice evokes memories of people born in the 70s and 80s, and his singing brings out the experiences of a generation. Perhaps the humble sentiments of the common people, certain lyrics in the song, or the singer's sorrow has touched the soft spots in the hearts of many Chinese, although the fans don't care whether it infringes on the copyright of the original song of a Taiwanese singer. Another reason for his popularity is that he was chosen by the social media platform and became the lucky one in the Chinese style of star making. For platforms like Douyin or the Chinese version of TikTok, creating online stars is their political and economic job. There will always be a certain percentage of live streamers who are chosen and promoted by various platforms, making the dream of becoming rich overnight come true. The business model of the social media platform and how it profits is to periodically create fresh live streaming stars so that a few people's dreams come true. In turn, it drives more content producers to contribute to the platform and produce value. Here, the train station where Guo did the singing was later swarmed with live streamers from all walks of life, including singers, dancers, jugglers, and fancy dressers, all of whom came to the train station with the hope that they would be the next live stream star. After Guo became popular, the local government refurbished the square in front of the train station overnight and also provided free drinking water, charging stations, and big pots of food. In addition, the street was repaired in a hurry, and 3 broadcasting trucks were sent on site to serve the performers, hoping that it could bring alive the local culture and tourism economy. The local government also arranged for more than 50 chengguan or bylaw officers to patrol the place, pick up trash, and maintain order and cleanliness. However, 10 days later, on China's Weibo hot search, a phrase appeared which eventually ended Guo's temporary fame. The hashtag, "We must cut off the malignant tumor," this online celebrity that imperils the children, emerged, questioning Guo's demonic style of live streaming and describing it as a toxic tumor on society. The Hezhi government then took immediate action to rectify the situation, and the star himself announced that he would stop live streaming for the time being. Later, he changed the venue to stream live. The size of his fans is still large, but his show is no longer trending. Those cases of common people becoming famous overnight on China's web, which, by the way, may be true or fake, can easily create an illusion that everyone can get famous or rich overnight. It has in fact eroded social morale and motivated people to be a live streamer, not to mention that it has destroyed the real economy and many manufacturers. Regarding the live stream industry, the Chinese government has a conflicting attitude. On the one hand, it vigorously encourages it, and on the other hand, it randomly selects some online stars to criticize and crack down on them, giving the public the impression that the government seems to be socially responsible. Guo's up and down ordeal shows this peculiar governing mode of the Chinese Communist Party. China's economy is in crisis and the employment situation is grim. According to recent data, more than 15 million young people are now choosing to do live streaming, but 98% of them may have difficulties in making ends meet. The preliminary statistics from China's Education Bureau shows the number of college graduates in 2024 will reach another record high, 11.79 million, an increase of 210,000 from the previous year. The number of college graduates in 2023 was 11.58 million, an increase of 820,000 from the previous year. And in 2022, the number was 10.76 million, an increase of 1.67 million from 2021. Every year, fresh college graduates are faced with employment problems. The latest statistics released by Open Digital Future in China on February 27, 2024, estimates that the number of unemployed people in 2023 may reach nearly 60 million. The graduation season of 2024 is approaching. What is the way forward for fresh graduates? China's Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security has announced 19 new professions, among which live streamer is listed. A blogger in mainland China joked in a post that if streaming live is counted as a profession, China's employment rate can be stabilized at 100%, and there would be no unemployment in the future. According to the research report on China's Online Audiovisual Development 2024, as of December 2023, the total number of short video accounts on China's web is up to 1.55 billion, and 15.08 million are professionals. This means that on average, 1 out of every 100 people is a professional live streamer. According to a report by the China Performing Arts Industry Association, since 2022, the live streaming community has shown a trend of high education, youthfulness, and professionalization. Among them, anchors in the age group of 18 to 29 years old account for 64.2%, and many of them start to engage in live streaming as soon as they graduate. Given more and more young people choose live streaming as their main career, what's the real situation of the live streaming market? Chinese media reported that a professor from the School of Economics and Management of the University of Chinese Academy of Sciences believes that 98% of the live streamers may not make ends meet. In an article published in April, this professor said that data shows that 95.2% of live streamers who currently use live streaming as their main source of income earn less than US $700 per month. Only 0.4% earn over $14,000 a month. In other words, 2% of the live streamers take away 80% of the revenue, while the remaining 98% not only have problems making ends meet, but also miss out on the crucial period of professional growth, thus frittering away their time. Voice of America reported on June 1, 2024, that Mr. He, who was engaged in the e-commerce industry in Hangzhou, said the inspirational stories of small people's comebacks have reinforced the value of all things are inferior except live streaming. Many people dream of getting rich, and they swarm into live streaming like moths to a flame. Jerry has worked as a corporate media publicist in Shanghai for many years. He said that the average monthly salary of a freshman is 4,000 to 5,000 yuan, while live streamers, especially those who fake traffic on Douyin, the equivalent of TikTok in China, can earn up to 0.8 yuan per person. And if they can get high tip money in their live streaming, despite profit splitting with the platform, it does seem easier to make money than a normal job. After a fresh person becomes an online star, the most common move is to sell merchandise live on the air. It has become a trend in China. Not only are average people flocking to this industry, many celebrities in China are engaged in live selling, converting their fame into cash. Especially in the 3 years of the epidemic, the hottest channel to sell is through online live streaming. In 2021, the scale of the live streaming audience was 617 million, with total sales of nearly 1 trillion yuan in China. In 2022, the live streaming audience reached 660 million people, with sales of about 2 trillion yuan. Live streaming e-commerce breaks the restrictions of categories and regions. It sells stuff from food and beverages, beauty, apparel, fresh food, home appliances, and digital appliances, to cars, houses, and rockets, as if everything can be sold via live stream. It was once believed in China that in the future, if companies don't engage in live streaming, they will be doomed. E-commerce is said to be the gravedigger of brick-and-mortar stores, and live-streaming e-commerce actually destroys both physical stores and traditional e-commerce. Live e-commerce first originated on the Taobao platform. Taobao is a Chinese online shopping platform, like Amazon in the West. In recent years, with the rise of short video apps such as Douyin and Kuaishou, live stream selling has become the fastest-growing e-commerce business. In April 2016, Taobao Live went live and signed up a young woman named Via, popularizing live stream selling. Despite being the top super-rich live stream stars, when the government is short of money, they are targeted and harvested like the rest of the Chinese chives. The Chinese people describe themselves as chives to be exploited again and again by different parties in various ways. In 2021, the Hangzhou Taxation Bureau in Zhejiang Province issued a tax penalty on Via, recovering taxes plus late fees totaling 1.341 billion yuan, or nearly US 190 million. Here is the story we reported at the time.
According to Chinese authorities, on December 20th, 2021, Via, one of China's most well-known live streamers, has been ordered to pay taxes and fines worth over 1 billion renminbi, or about 210 million US dollars, over tax evasion. Between 2019 and 2020, Via evaded about 100 million in taxes and failed to pay about 9.4 million other taxes. The news item is so shocking that it's quickly become the top search item in China. According to Sina Weibo, in less than a day, the post with the hashtag "Weiya Hui Liang Le Ma?" or "Will Via Fall?" received more than 300 million hits. Multiple financial media in China have commented around the same theme, that this is a sign of the imminent end of the good fortune of China's live streamers.
In 2019, another live streaming superstar emerged in China. Known for the phrase, "Oh my god, buy it," Li Jiaqi was extremely successful and became the top live streamer in China.
小女生69号色汤富，这件颜色美不美？这件就是一只 Oh my god， 你们必须要给我买到的豆沙色。
He also made Taobao Live, the platform he used, a great success. In 2019, live streaming in China produced a sales volume of 460 billion yuan. In 2020, live streaming had an explosive growth in China, with sales amounting to US 120 billion. The endless epidemic fueled its development, and live streaming e-commerce experienced a surge. People from almost every industry got involved. While live streaming has become hotter and hotter, it has brought devastation to China's real economy. Ordinary Chinese are coming to see it. One person commented, "Live stream selling, especially with leading players, is virtually the worst business model I can imagine. First, it doesn't create new value. Second, it doesn't add new demand. And third, it doesn't generate any new increment to the total welfare of society." This netizen believes that a top live streamer is making away with the previously decentralized sales channels and earning away the income that would have been gained by hundreds of thousands of people. Essentially, jobs created by top streamers are just a handful of people who help them select products and distribute them. The product is still the same. The only thing that has changed is the transfer of wealth from countless workers to the top players in the live streaming business, wiping out hundreds of thousands of jobs in the process. This netizen said, "Some people say that it's cheaper to buy things from a live streamer, but again, that's because he is leveraging his selling power to squeeze his suppliers and at the expense of their profit margins." Small business owners in the manufacturing industry echoed this observation. They said that price competition without a bottom line will only destroy manufacturers and other physical stores and can cause a large number of businesses to close down. Here is a set of data. The top live streamer Li Jiaqi's sales in 2022 were around US 9 billion, but his team is just a few hundred people. In contrast, China's leading supermarket brand, China Resources Vanguard (CRV), had sales of about US 9.5 billion in 2022, and its business footprint covers 112 cities, operating about 3,300 stores, with more than 95,000 employees nationwide. It can be said that the performance of CRV is the joint effort of more than 3,000 stores and more than 90,000 employees across the country. Comparing the two, at least in terms of stabilization and employment, CRV has played a greater role. The reality is that since April this year, at least 3 CRV stores in Guangzhou have officially closed. A few days ago, on May 30th, 2024, another of its stores in Foshan City has officially closed. According to a rough estimate of the data released by the China Association of Franchises and the Guangdong Association of Franchises, an average of more than 7 CRV stores have been closed down every month from 2020 to 2023, and the number of closed stores reached 130 in 2023. Not only CRV chains, but also traditional supermarkets such as RT Mart in Taiwan and Walmart in the US have pulled out of China in recent years. Why has live streaming e-commerce become a toxic economic model? With its development, a few top live streamers stand out. On the one hand, those anchors charge a high commission. They claim to guarantee the lowest price online. It has disrupted the pricing system in the market and squeezes the survival space of small and medium-sized enterprises. For those businesses, they have an overcapacity issue, and their biggest problem is lack of traffic. Therefore, they resort to paying high fees to top live streamers to bring them traffic. But the return on their investment isn't good. In fact, they might even lose money to make money. As such, the saying that live streaming can only clear the inventory but not make any profit has been widely circulated in China. To increase fan retention and attract more traffic, some live streamers demand low prices from manufacturers and offer the lowest price online as a benefit to their followers. At the same time, such low prices are often in the hands of a few top live streamers and leading platforms with traffic. When the lowest price has become the privilege of top anchors like Via and Li Jiaqi, will consumers still be willing to buy products at normal prices? In order not to lose money, enterprises can only cope by cutting down costs and lowering product quality. This has undoubtedly formed a vicious circle. It's not conducive to the development of enterprises, but also undermines the rights and interests of consumers. It's even more detrimental to the long-term health of the industry. To summarize, the main negative effects of the current live stream selling are: first, it pressurizes and exploits the upstream manufacturers. Second, the quality of some goods isn't guaranteed as the low price becomes the main appeal. And third, the common issue of tax evasion in the live stream industry leads to unfair market competition. The shock to physical stores from live streaming is reflected in all aspects in many categories, such as liquor, fresh food including fruits and meat products, as well as clothing and daily necessities. Because the low price strategy is used to attract traffic, this type of selling has led to intensified price wars and reduced profit margins. At the same time, the information asymmetry and the incomplete regulation have resulted in problems such as false propaganda and fraud, damaging consumer rights and interests. Therefore, in China, live e-commerce platform giants are threatening small and medium-sized enterprises with predatory pricing. Online social e-commerce has reduced the links of distribution and thus greatly damaged offline small and medium-sized enterprises. But amid China's economic downturn, those e-commerce platforms aren't making as much as they used to. In a report by the Voice of America, Jerry, who has worked as a corporate media publicist in Shanghai for many years, revealed a brand that does cosmetics live streaming on Taobao Live. In the past, it brought in at least 2,800 to 4,000 for 6 hours of live streaming, with at least 4,000 in monthly bonuses alone. But now it doesn't sell well, retaining only 1/3 of the previous sales volume and half of the revenue. The reason is due to the general economic environment. It seems in general, Chinese people haven't realized that their personal data is being collected and exploited. The social platform can recommend to users what they want according to the algorithm, and the same platform can suggest to them stuff it wants to promote. This is a privacy issue where the platform collects information through big data algorithms to engage in selling. It's a blatant violation of an individual's right to privacy. But amid all kinds of crises, Chinese people don't seem to care about this. Most seem confused and fail to understand why it's getting harder and harder to find a job. Especially for young people under the influence of the lying flat culture, they don't want to work. Lying flat, or tongping, refers to a personal rejection of societal pressures to overwork and overachieve, such as the 996, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week working hour system in China. It means choosing to lie down flat and get over the beatings via low desire, more indifferent attitude towards life. Instead, young people are after the traffic economy. Everyone wants to wake up with tens of millions of fans. Only who is giving them this illusion? Will it come true? Maybe it will take some time and real pain before people wake up to reality.